She's here. You can't leave.
Alright, okay. Oh shit, it's unmodding you. If I ban you, it's unmodding you. Sorry, Saki. But actually, no, you're not getting modded again. Xbox Trap House, nice. Yeah, right, type scripts for... Yes, I'm French. No, they are not. Damn. Alright, okay, we're starting. So... I didn't even start Maya. Face reveal. No, nothing new about my face, dude. It's been out there for a while. Like, even if I'm not in a voice chat with you guys, just finding a way to be retarded. You, Flux. No, yeah, I know it's crazy. I'm white. Alright, so what are we starting with? What was my I forgot my own shit, dude. Oh my god, I didn't expect you to look this cute. What? Stop! Okay, so I said... Oh yeah, also I'm gonna be coughing a lot because I'm a bit sick. I'm sorry if that's annoying. Trying my best. Failed. Yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah, I have a French accent because I'm French, Nix. I'm trying to get rid of it, but it's hard. Basics of importing an animation. Alright, so... I guess you already know how to export a model from your game. Any game, you're using Wraith. So, I assume you have that kind of file somewhere on your computer. Exported files in the Wraith installation folder, and where you have models exported from all your games. Today I will be working with Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare models. So imagine you exported a few models from Call of Duty 4, exported models. I need to read the chat too. Oh mon dieu. Okay. Saki, shut up. Okay, so you have like, I don't know, I'm going to use random models just to show you how to use animations. So this is what you get. Wait, maybe I should probably show my settings inside of Wraith. So those are my settings. Export as a Maya scene, that's important. That's the best in my opinion. You export your stuff from here. Grab your model, put it in your scene. You only have the body. So Call of Duty 4 models. So you have the body, you will choose a head. I will pick this one. So you have the body and the head. And now you want to get the two joint systems. You want to blend them together. People are debating whether some editors are French or not, but are you guys watching what I'm doing? Oh my god. Saki and Calvin did. Alright, so you select both of them. I mean, not yet, you need my script. So you downloaded the thingy I sent you. Saki, I swear to god, oh my god, it opened them again. I swear to god, Maya success. Oh. So you go there, file, open script, scripts. So that's what my folder is looking like. And the script I'm going to be using first is the script named rig head blend. So you double click it, you have it there. Now what you can do is go file, save script to shelf, like this. You rig head, I don't know, and it appears here. I already have it because I did that before, but it appears here and it's a shortcut, easier than opening the script editor. So now that you've done that with this script, you select the joints, the two groups containing the joints. If I open them, I have all the joints inside. So you select those two groups and you click on rig head, and it's making you this, like, so you have the full rig for a model, right? Now you take the head. I'm actually going to ban Saki, you're annoying me. Okay. So you take the head, and you're going to use another script. You don't really need this, but like it's going to make you save time. Head, this time you open the one named head snap. Sounds aggressive, but it's not that aggressive, you will see. Same thing, you can save it on your shelf. I already have it saved, so I won't do it again. I will just execute it from my script editor. So it's the double arrows here. You click it. I'm retarded. You need to click on this. I don't even know why it's not working. Whatever. You click on this. It's still not working. Okay. I'm going to use my script, I guess. Head parent. I think I fucked up. Yeah, head snap. Alright, that's already a mistake. I'm going to fix it right now. Head snap is not the right script. This is the right script for it. I'm going to edit it. God damn. Okay. Okay, so I'm sorry. So this is the script. It's really short. That's all you really need. Head snap. I'm going to edit it. Save it. Yes. Yeah, it's Python. Stop, Nick. Alright, so I'm sorry, this is retarded. Head snap, it should be, yeah, it's smaller. I will just update my mediafire file so that it's easier. Okay, well, so you do this with the right script if possible. Now you take, so what it does is that the mesh is in phase with the joints for the binding process. You do the same thing with the body. I don't have a script for this because it's really easy. Press J on your keyboard, so like the rotation will snap. And there you go. Select the body. Now everything is white. It's not like, it's kinda annoying. So I made a script for that too, called display colors. You open it, same thing. You could make a shelf shortcut, that's what I did. So I'm just going to use it now. Body, display colors. Same for the head, display colors. And we're done. I'm not going to watch videos now, later though. I'm like, when I'm done with importing the first animation. Okay. So now you're ready to bind the joints to the meshes, because like if I move the joints, the body won't be moving along, and that's the use of that little script right here that comes in your folder. Hey Calvin, shut up! Don't talk about stuff like not now. God damn. Assaults, you take this one, same, and now they are all like you're ready to go. Like if you move the joints, your body is going to move as well. So you go to SE tools, animation, import C anim, exported files to your anim folder. Like you can export the animation separately with Wraith. Copy this, put it there. So pvs print, and you're done. You have your animation. Yeah, okay. Shit. Okay, so you got this, and so you have an animation that's ready to be used already. Now I guess you want a weapon, but assuming you already exported it. Same, you drop the weapon inside there. You don't have to do any modification to it, you just drop the script to bind the mesh to the joints, and it's ready to be used. Same thing, select the weapon, display colors, showing the colors. God. You will always have some joints that are coming out of the hands. Click on one of them, press F on your keyboard when you're over the outliner. Tag weapon left, I guess that's the one I'm going to use. You select tag weapon left, no, you switch to animation here. You select tag weapon left, you go on tag weapon, pressing Ctrl, so you select both of them in that order, it's really important. And then you go to parent, make sure that maintain offset is unticked here, and you click apply. And what it does is that it parents this joint, so the main joint of the weapon, it parents it this joint, and the result is that your weapon is following your player around, and so you have this animation. Now now you can move a camera around and do whatever you want. Okay, so that's the first step, animating a player model. I will just show you how to create, to make a camera move around him really quick. So first you create a curve, then you create a locator, then you click on the curve, select the locator, pressing Ctrl, constraint, motion path, attach to motion path, and now on the length of this timeline the locator will go from one point from the beginning of the curve to the end. You can tweak that's the U motion path value, so that's the position of the locator on your curve. Like you can see it moving if I move it. Create a camera in aim and up, why not? Okay, you parent the camera to the locator, constraint, and I'm going to choose a point constraint because I don't want to parent the orientation of the camera. Same thing, remove maintain offsets, apply. Now let's say you don't want to animate the aim of the camera, you're too lazy for it and you just want to parent it to something. So we are going to parent it to a joint that is at the center of the body. Saki, you're actually retarded. So you select this joint, you click on aim, same thing, pressing Ctrl, constraint, point. The up is not that important. It makes your camera, like the rotation of the camera, we'll use that. Okay. Alright, okay, so it will really look like Crash. Calvin and Saki, you both are absolutely annoying and retarded and childish, and why? Fuck you. Alright, so you just created a cinematic. That's amazing. Yeah, so that's the gist of it. I will save this file because I'm going to use it later for timewarp. Okay, so that's the first part. No, don't feel bad for me. They are annoying. That's all. Okay. So what was the next step? Animating several animations. Okay, so for that I already set up a file. So imagine you rig several models. You can rig several models all at once in the same scene. You don't need to, but you can do it, so why not? So it gives you something like this, recent file. Okay, so imagine you have this, so 3 different models, and you want to animate them one by one. So this is model 3, model 2, and model 1. Model 1 is looking a bit different because it has Redshift materials already. I'm going to show you how to use how to texture your own materials later. I'm sorry, Calvin, you're just annoying. Whatever. So like, if I drop right now, you can look at the joints. Originally, you won't have something. You won't have not animable at the end of your first joint. I mean, all the joints are like this. This is so that when you're dropping an animation inside of your scene, it doesn't read those joints and it doesn't get confused with all the different models, because otherwise, like, to him, all those joints are named the same way otherwise, right? Now, with my script, you only have a joint that's named this way only once, right? So it goes straight to it and no issues. So right now I have joints 2 that has normal names, so without the not animable behind it, and I'm going to drop an animation, and it did not save. Right, so I'm going to make it run. So as you can see, this one is working, is being animated, but not the 2 other ones. Now let's say from here at this point I want him to die. So this is joints 3. You open your script editor, file, open script, and we are going to use anim switch. So you open it like this. You can put it on your shelf, make your own script shelf if you need it. I'm not going to do it again because I already did it. So make sure it's selected here and run it. Now what happened is that it renamed all the joints of this group to normal names, and all the joints from the 2 other groups are renamed in a way that makes them unreadable. So I can drop an animation in my scene now, and it's really important to use import and blend. Actually, here, import file at current time. It's like import and blend, but at current time. And I don't know why it's deciding not to save this path. Fuck my head, dude. Right, so he's going to die. Some death animation. So at this point, starting from here, it will die. Okay, so that's what we wanted. This one is running, and at this point, this one starts dying. Both of them, they both have different animations, and that's what you want. Joints 1 now, same. Shortcut on my shelf, anim switch, click on it, select the group, anim switch, SE tools, animation, file at current time, another death, this one I guess, and yeah, you can basically build any kind of scene you want to build with this. So those are my three different models being animated. Made easier. Okay, so that's the gist of animating several models at the same time. Now rendering settings and script to texture models with specs and normal maps. So I already kind of set up a scene here. Like I have a dome light. A dome light with a custom HDR texture .exr. That's important, more depth, and it's better for the lighting. I have a light here that I'm going to bring here. Okay. So yeah, if I preview it using this thingy, I also have my own settings, like a preset. You're going to have to look up into this for Redshift. It's not complicated, don't worry. So that's what it looks like. It's a bit too large, it's not handy, so I'm just going to switch to something smaller. So you have something like this. As you can see, the model looks okay. I mean, in my opinion, it looks... I mean, you can tweak everything. So that's the material with the Redshift. That's the model with the Redshift textures. Oh, yeah, you're right, Ivan. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this right now. So that's what a model without the Redshift material looks. So it's trash. That's not what you want. But I'm going to mix two animations. How long does it take to render? I mean, as you can see, it's quite, it's really fast. Like, I have this, with Redshift, it's on your GPU, so like, if you have a decent GPU, it's going to be fast enough. So, I don't know, I will render in, okay, full HD. No, it's not a complicated scene. So if I render in full HD while streaming and everything, I mean, it could be faster, I guess, but it's not too slow. It looks like I'm looking at the camera when I'm looking at the chat. That's awkward, I'm sorry. So yeah, the render speed is like, it's decent. I didn't even check my settings though. What Redshift version do I have? An old version, like 2.85 or some shit. So you want to kill him, okay? So this is the join to. You click on join to, run my script, anim switch, and it's ready to be animated. So you go at the end of the keyframes you already have. You go there. Animation, import C-anim file at current time, and we're killing him. So a death forward. Death run on front. Alright, so what's happening here? You have your model that's running, and suddenly it comes back here because each animation is done from starting from the point 0, 0, 0, like your position X, Y, Z, your X, Y, Z position. So how to fix that? The main position of your character when he's moving is given by this joint right here that you can see. So you click on it here in the outliner, and you can see that it's coming back, and you just have to change the offset basically. So you select all those keyframes here. You do the same for the X translates attribute, and that's basically it. Now if you look at it, he's running, and then boom, he dies. Yeah, so it requires a bit of manual tricking, but like, you're making your own 3D edit, so like, obviously you will have to do some stuff. And that's basically it. So you see, it's really not that hard. Yeah, it's great, it's cool. So yeah, back to rendering in Redshift and scripting your materials and textures. Actually, I'm going to do this model because it's cool, I guess. So it's this one, joins to, but more importantly, you have to select the groups with the mesh in it. So here, this one, you select this group, script editor, file, open script, Lambert to Redshift for code 4. You open it, you run it, and it's done. For the head, you select this group, you run the script, and it's done. And yeah, that's basically how it will look like. Now, what is my script actually doing? I feel like the specular maps are a bit off right here, but it's not really important. What is my script doing? Basically, if you take a random mesh who doesn't have Redshift materials and you open it in your hypershed, that's how it will look like. That's how the material will look like. You have the main material, which is a Lambert material. The head snap script is not inside of the RAR file, but it's outside of it. It's in the folder. You can find it in the folder. I will update the RAR file later. Should be ready. So now you have this. You're welcome. So this model, right? You only have a Lambert, you don't have speculars, so the reflection and everything is random. You don't have any map for it. I mean, it's not random, it's linear, so it looks like this, it looks like shit. You don't have any bump map either, and bump maps help a shit ton. So what happens when I run my script? So if you select the group, for example, you go there, you run my script. It creates a Redshift material, but it will also create the nodes for the specular file right here and the nodes for the bump maps. It also finds the specular file in your image folder. Like, it will look through the images of your base image, of your base texture, and it will find the corresponding specular image and corresponding bump map images, but it will not find them every time, because I mean, I coded it in a way like it will look for patterns in your main, in the name of the original texture, and it will see if something matches those patterns. But like, I don't know, they had weird naming conventions, so like it will not find them all the time. Sometimes you will have some weird looking textures and you will have to select them manually. When this happens, you just click on here. It will redirect you to your images. I don't know, like, what's the name? I'm looking for the body USMC body MP, which is a really generic name. So USMC body, and now you can really tell which ones are the base textures. So this one, the blue kinda purple image is a normal map, and this is a specular image. It's almost transparent, and so what you have to do, you simply you click it and you're ready to go. Okay, and so you're all set. And that's what it looks like. Okay, now you can do the same thing for the head. Run my script. And the head is updated. This is an example of where it fucks up. Clearly, something is wrong with the headset. You go there, and image name, it didn't find anything. So, for example, the name was Stripes Nomex. You go there. It does it when the names are long. I don't know why it's Anyway, so you go to your images folder, Mitch tribe, and this is the one you're looking for. Double click it and it's fixed. Your headset is fixed and your textures are okay. Another thing that you have to do most of the time, it's tweaking the bump maps. This is done with this Redshift bump map tweak. Double click it. You can tweak the scale here, so I will go with 1. You can go with whatever value you want. What this script does is that it goes to all those little nodes because they all have a common name, Redshift bump. It selects them and it changes nice ON. So like it can find this node really easily, and it's going to change the height scale for the bump map so that you can actually see that you're using a bump map. So I'm going to do it, and there you go. Like it's much less, like you can actually see some 3D more details on the textures. That might actually be too much, but it's easy to tweak. You just go back there. Oh my god, fuck my you go back there, you reduce the scale, you go to from 1 to 0.5, you run it, and there you go. It looks a bit less weird. So now all your models are ready to be used in whatever way you want to use them. Okay, so that's for the texturing. That must be awful to look through if you're like watching this stream after I streamed it. I'm sorry, repeating myself a lot. Okay. Okay, now animating a model with my rig. I'm going to use a new scene for this. So you need, let's say you have a model. I will use a Black Ops 2 model because they are easier to use because you don't have the head and the body separated, but I've already shown you how to blend the head and the body together so that you have the full thing. So it doesn't really change, it's just one step more if you're going to use Call of Duty 4 models. So you drop your model in there. You don't drop the binding script, not now, like otherwise it's not going to work. You remove the joints. You can make the textures more obvious. I mean, you can show the textures with this script, display colors. You rotate it there. Now you can drop in my rig. I mean, it's the rig that's on mediafire, right? And now you can drop the which one in PMC? The binding scripts. Drop it. And hopefully it works. Okay, yeah, it's working. So that's basically my rig. I won't do a full showcase, it's not that complicated anyway. But basically you have FK, and this is broken. Like some parts are broken, I don't know why. This should be following this. And this should drive. Okay, why is it not working? Alright, so yeah, now it's fixed. Okay, so you have a IK rig, IK parts, so it's inverse kinematic. So if I move the hand, the arm will move along, kinda. And you have this little triangle that drives the angle of the elbow. You can move this as well. It's really important not to forget about it. I mean, you know how to animate stuff if you, I guess so. You can switch from IK to FK. So you just click on the attribute and click the middle button on your mouse, and you can move it like this. So now it's driven. It's weird. Okay, this rig is weird. I will work on it a bit. I never use the front kinematic mode, but now it's like it's from the shoulder to the hand and not the opposite anymore. That's a weird issue, and looks like my fix at the beginning was not the solution to fix it. Okay, I will work on it and I will update you when the rig is fixed. It doesn't do it on this hand. So you have this, and you can switch back smoothly to a front kinematic, and it actually works well. Okay, obviously you have hips controls. You can move the wall thing this way. I mean, you have more settings that you can play with. I spent time on the feet. You have some rolled kind of thing. You can move the the wall thing, wall foot, wall leg all at once. You have this as well. It's useful when you are doing walk cycles or some stuff like this. The back controls. Head control. You can move this around. You can set the hands to follow this middle thingy. For example, here it doesn't follow it, but if I select it and I say follow the pelvis, it's going to follow it. I mean, you see how that works. Okay, so you have this, and that's basically how to use my rig in a nutshell. Can you make, yeah, the fingers also, oui, je vais le faire David. The fingers, okay, so this is broken. I don't know why it's broken. It's pissing me off. I mean, it's not broken on this hand, so I guess I will use it on this hand. Yeah, the fingers, you have several controls for each fingers. I made this thing. You can switch, you can turn a fist into a, like, I mean, you can do this. Thumb spread. I mean, you know, all the basic controls. Twists, and same for every finger. Yeah, I spent time on that shit. Like, I had no idea about rigging at all. Yeah, it's really useful. So he's going to lay a fat dab because it's a request from a fellow viewer. Oh, thank you, Devastating. I'm sorry you're hosting me while I'm doing this. That's the gayest dab ever. Ouais, c'est moi, ouais. C'est pour ça que j'ai fait. Enfin, c'est ce que je faisais en 3,5 quoi. Hey, thank you. Yeah, the fingers are kind of fucked because I still have settings here. And there you go, you have a dab, I guess. Dabber comme Fillon, je sais pas comment il dab Fillon. Okay, so that's for the rig. Manipulating time warp within Maya, that's important. Any question on the rig? I swear I'm going to fix it soon. I need to get back into Maya actually. Moi non plus, ils m'ont fait passer un test de français et j'ai fait de la merde. Je crois que je vais devoir prendre des cours de français. Okay, so manipulating time warp, it's like really important to use time warp inside of Maya because it's really useful, it's really well done. So you have this scene. If you preview it. Alright, first off, the gun is fucked. I don't know what happens. Sometimes it does that. I actually know what happens. I mean, I know why it happens. I'm going to show you how to refrain it from happening. Tag weapon right, tag weapon. What are you doing? What did you do? Constraint parents. Do this again. Shit. Alright, okay, we don't need to be that precise anyway. Have you done anything for OCC? Nope. I wanted to do something but I scrapped. Oh my god, actually everything is fucked. Yeah, you know what, I'm just going to redo it. And I will show you something really important. Are you saving the VOD? Yes, I am. How many? Okay, so I'm just going to re-import the animation. ASC tool, animation, import CAnim, and it's forgetting about where I put it, dude. I swear to god. Sometimes Maya is annoying. Animes. Okay, this, you, there. Sprint. Okay, so you import it again. Tag weapon right. Constraint. Parents. Add. Okay, so it should be working. Okay. So okay, so why did it do that weird thing with the fingers and the gun? It's because the interpolation settings in Maya, they are not. I mean, interpolation settings they are importing the curves in are not the best. Like you can see the rounds here. You don't want that. It's like some shit with angles and circles and trigonometry, and it's bound to fuck up. So you go to curves. It's really important. Like you have to do this all the time. Curves, change rotation, interpolation to synchronize earlier or independent earlier. I don't know what that is. Both work. So you do this. It gives you an error message, but not that bad. You do it until you don't have any you don't have rounds anymore. Okay, it's done. So now it should be safe to save this file, and it won't fuck up when you launch it again. So if I preview it, that's what it looks like. That's nice, but it's linear. So you go to your graph editor, scene timewarp, add scene timewarp, and it's adding a scene timewarp. A scene timewarp it's working like time remap inside of After Effects. So yeah, imagine that's the point you want your scene to slow down. Insert key, you put it there in the middle, and you do like for time remap. If I want to do something just generic but like efficient, you just go like this, and let's preview it. And you have something that looks like a real cinematic. And see, that was really easy to do. So like, that's something that can really save your life, because you're not going to render 300 frames to apply velocity on it. No one does that. I'm dying. Okay, so yeah, I think we've basically covered most of the basics. Can you add a song directly to Maya? No. Yes, you can, but it's not great. Like, it's hard to sync on it. You can import audio, yes, but what I do is that I do my timing inside of After Effects with the frames and everything. You match the frame rate of your scene to the frame rate of the After Effects, and you just count the amount of frames. And when you preview it, you can have a feeling of what's going on. Okay, that's not the scene I wanted to open. A scene in my edit where I used okay. So that's the last part of my edit, of my latest edit. Where the fuck is it? Oh my god, I hate when it's not following, like when it's changing from name, sorting by name or sorting by date randomly. So that's this scene. Not this one either. That's this scene. So if you look at the time warp, that's how it looks like. See, like, you have these parts, you count the amount of frames inside of After Effects, you get back there, you make the time warp, and you do this. And you can preview it inside of After Effects, inside of Maya. Let's go. And that's what it looks like. And if I preview it without the time warp, it's not going to be that different, strangely. but it's still going to be different enough for it not to work. So yeah. See? Yeah, that's basically how you do it. And that's why time warp is so important. I will probably sleep soon, but in a future stream, I'll probably show you how to apply time warp to a scene and have animated textures at the same times, so that, because if you apply time warp to a scene with animated textures, the animated textures, it will fuck up, because like you can interpolate animations within Maya, it's easy, but you cannot interpolate an image sequence like if it's going to do like it does inside of After Effects when you're using time warp without frame blending. It's going to repeat the same frame several times to fill the holes, and you don't want that. What you want to do is you want your image sequence to follow the original time. So you want it to read the frame number instead of the time to frame number. And it's complex right now, but it will be easier when I will do it on stream. Right? I'm done. If you guys have any question. No one has any question, it's fine. Are you welcome? Yeah, merci. Christopher, I will let the VOD so you can watch it later if you want to skip through. It's 1 hour for like 6 different points, so it's getting quite repetitive at times. I'm sorry about that, but yeah. Nope. Oh yeah, it's going to. Oh, it's muting because of Spotify. Dernique. Ouais, c'est vrai, mais ouais. Moi, ça m'intéressait plus que la prépa, quoi. Bon. So Deso, nope. No, that's like there is no point in using C and IM on my Black Ops 2 rig. I mean, on my rig. Oh, I see what you mean. Like you want to use an in-game animation and you want to transition to a custom animation. For this, you will have to use 2 different models and make the transition manually. Like you use the in-game animation until you're done using it. Then you hide this model, and the next frame you switch to my rig, and you try to blend them together. It should not be that hard. It should not be too hard, but that's the only way I see it. No, I mean you have my rig and everything, so like you can try to. You can probably do it. There are definitely ways to use pre-made animations on rigs, but mine was not made in that idea, so I doubt it will work. But you can do whatever you want with the scripts and the rigs. Like they are free use for whatever you want to do with them. If you manage to make it work, hit me up. I'd be interested. But yeah, no, I'm sorry, it will not work. You're welcome. Well, I'm going to go. it's really late for me. I mean, it's not really late, but I'm tired. Yeah, hopefully that helps some of you guys. If you have questions, go on Twitter or Discord. I'm in the Lotus chat, just add me. Bonne nuit. C'est mignon. Voilà, voilà. Right. Have a good weekend and see you next time.